Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head basketball coach John Groce, brought to you all season long by the Wentz Financial Group. Well, the Zip Express keeps rolling along. 2 more wins last week. Akron right now 18-5, 10-0 in the Mid-American Conference. And coach, right now, your basketball team has the longest winning streak in the nation in Division I, 11 straight. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, the guys have really bought in, Joe, to the one game at a time philosophy. They really have. In terms of how they've prepared, how they've attacked each day. I always tell them the next most important thing is the next thing we do, whether that's a practice, whether that's a strategic day off to get them mentally, physically, and emotionally refreshed. Whatever that might be, there's a real purpose in everything that we do, and just continue to buy into winning the day, trying to get to 1-0 by playing well. And so they bought into that. We've got some older guys that have been around college basketball for a while, and then even the guys that are the returners for us have been around a lot of winners and a lot of winning, and so they understand, I think, through all the good, the bad, the ugly, to really keep it in perspective and take it one day at a time and not get ahead of yourself.
I want to remind fans, Coach, we still have 8 regular season games left, all in the Mid-American Conference. So if you're a basketball fan, Coach, it's still time to jump on board the Zip Express and ride along with us.
Well, especially here at home, right?
Yeah.
We've got some games coming down the stretch here that will be great for people to come to. Starting with, Western at home, obviously, and then we have the Northern Illinois game. And normally I don't mention games past the next one in terms of home games, but that'll be a very special night for our program with Enrique Freeman coming back over the All-Star break and having his jersey honored and put up in the rafters. So we hope to have a great crowd that night. Certainly our guys appreciate it that are playing, but I think we owe it to Enrique for that to be a special night for him and his family, all that he's done for the university, the athletic department, and our program.
Exactly. I talk to fans during the week, Coach, as you do, and the one thing they always ask, can this Akron basketball team get better? And I always say, of course, I'll talk to the coach, but what are some of the things we got to clean up now in the next 8 games?
Yeah, I think our biggest room for improvement is on the defensive end. And we've cut back a little bit with our fouling. We have to be able to defend without fouling. You don't want people parading to the free throw line. I think that's important. Our ability to continue to defensive rebound and finish possessions with first-time rebounds. And then just our focus at times on that end of the floor, minimizing or limiting mistakes. We're not going to play perfect, but we've got to minimize those. And then offensively, I think taking care of the ball. We've had stretches where we've done it really well, and then we'll have a stretch in a game where we're a little sloppy with it, and that could come back to haunt you. So to me, those are the areas right now that have the largest window of improvement for us to attack here down the stretch.
Exactly. As we said, the Zips had 2 more big wins last week. Let's go back to this past Tuesday night. The Ball State Cardinals are in town, and that was a game that really was close for that first half, Coach.
Yeah, really for much of the duration of the game, and we just – we didn't play great, but we found the way. I thought our bench was absolutely terrific, Joe.
It was.
Those guys that come off the bench, they're like starters. Really, they are. We've got 10 guys that are all capable of getting double figures offensively, 10 guys that can add value and impact the defensive end. But I thought the 49 bench points, and in particular the play from Lyles, Scott, Sharon Young, and Marvin was absolutely terrific and really spearheaded the victory. Some of the other guys didn't have it that night. Sometimes that happens, and that's when you've got to have other guys pick it up. And the bench did a great job for us in the Ball State win.
That game was tied at 6, 26, and 30 in the first half. Then Sharon Young came off the bench, and he had 3 big three-pointers, Coach. He was on fire early.
Yeah, no, he can really shoot it. And there you see Lyles making a couple as well. Shema played great again. Marvin's energy is just infectious when he comes in the game. His motor, the plays he made in the game on the glass, hustle plays, finishing, just terrific job by those guys that came off the bench. They were really ready to play. There you see Marvin with the dunk, great inbound pass from Sharon Young. So again, I can't give those guys certainly enough credit in that particular game, and they've obviously added value in every game, but I thought they were off the charts and certainly a big reason why we were able to come out victorious against Ball State.
We had a 2-point lead at the half, Coach, 38-36, as you mentioned. Boy, Marvin came in, had 2 or 3 hustle plays that really were big.
Yeah, just kind of changed the energy level of the game for us. It's what he does. Adds a lot of value in that way.
Game stays tight in the second half. Finally, Akron takes a 4-point lead. It was 56-52 on another Sharon Young shot. And I'll tell you what, Coach, he came on and really sparked you off the bench, as he always does, it seems.
No, he's the same thing that Marvin does. Sharon plays so hard, and he's so physical and fearless that he brings an energy and a boost to your team when he enters the game. Both he and Marvin really have that ability to bring it like that with great motor, great hustle plays, and great physicality.
I talked to you after the game, Coach, for extended possessions in the second half. You had Shema Scott, Sharon Young, and Tavari Johnson all on the floor together. I think that was the first time we saw that combination.
Yeah, first time all year. Dustin had the idea during the game. We talked about it, decided to go with it, and that one worked out, right? They were a plus 33 net rating between what they produced offensively when they were on the floor together to what they gave up defensively. I mean, that's insane, plus 33. So they obviously played really well together, and we played that lineup for the first time all year. You're absolutely correct, and it was a good suggestion by Dustin, and obviously the guys ended up producing and playing at a really high level, that group.
Essentially had 3 point guards in there together, although they were combo
guards.
We
really did, which sometimes you worry about rebounding with that, but those guys gang rebounded really well. And just found a way. But I thought we were hard to guard on the other end, too, with that type of ball handling and playmaking at all 3 of those spots.
Saw Shema Scott there with a drive downhill to the hoop. Zips are going to go up by 8, 74-66 with 4:18 left. Then you call time, Coach, with a couple of minutes left. I don't think you were real happy with what was happening late in that game.
Yeah, we've got to do a better job of closing the game. Obviously, we were up 10. You want to try to then push the lead a little bit there in those last 3 or 4 minutes. We got a little bit sloppy. Did the same thing as we get ready here in the next segment to talk about the South Alabama game. We did the same thing in that one as well. So that's another area of improvement. We've got to be able to play till zeros and finish things our way.
Zips win it, 81-73. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and watch highlights from the game against South Alabama. It was a Sun Belt MAC challenge, and the Zips came out on top. We're going to come back and watch highlights right after this.
Leaving a legacy starts with surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you and your family. At Wentz Financial Group, we understand that there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to long-term financial success. We value the responsibility and opportunity to manage the hopes and dreams of all our customers at all points in their journey. Start your legacy today with Wentz Financial Group. Wentz Financial Group, investment management for your lifetime.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. Saturday afternoon, South Alabama came to town, Coach. It's the Sun Belt MAC Challenge. Just give me a quick update, what your thoughts are on that MAC Sun Belt Challenge. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. Obviously, the toughest part is if you're the travel team in the month of February. Yes. You don't find out who you're playing until a little bit later than normal. They're trying to pair it up based on net ratings. So at the time of the selection, we were number 1 in net in our league. They were number 2 in net in their league. But there's a rule you can't play somebody you already played in the same season. So we'd already played Arkansas State. So we ended up getting South Alabama, and great team. I thought it was really challenging from the standpoint that they play stylistically unlike anyone in our league. So it was great for us to play against zone 1-3-1, 2-3, 1-3-1 to 2-3, 2-2-1 zone press. We prepared for the junk. We talked about it after the game. They didn't play the junk. Junk meaning triangle and 2, box and 1, 1-3 and a chaser, diamond and 1. They've been known to do that. So I thought it really got us a 2 or 3 days where we had to prepare for all those things, and that style was great for our team. I thought it was really good in that regard. And I thought we attacked the zone well, especially after we got used to dealing with the press. Early in the game, we turned it over. Biggest difference, first half, 9 turnovers, second half, 3.
Right.
I thought that was the biggest difference in the game.
All right, let's go back and watch Saturday afternoon's game with South Alabama. If you were there, you saw the Zips shoot 45 threes during the game, Coach. Is that the most we've shot this year?
I think it probably is. And I knew, obviously, we want to shoot them. I knew we were going to get up quite a few of them just because of the way they played defensively.
Yeah.
Joe, you and Dave Scozen and I talked, like, give them their due. The reason they're so good defensively is they don't foul. They're nationally ranked in that category, and they don't give you much of anything at all in the paint. So you have to make shots to beat them. Their defensive three-point rate, conversely, is last in the country. So they give them up. We knew that. We knew we were going to get them. We just wanted to make sure that we got good ones, and I thought we were able to do that for the most part and shot it fairly well.
Seth Wilson, Sharon Young hitting threes in the first half. Akron is up 4 at 16-12. But South Alabama battles back, Coach. They take the lead at 21-19 halfway through the first half. Then you call a timeout, and we come back on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, I just thought we were being really sloppy with the ball. Obviously South Alabama is really good defensively, but I thought most of our hiccups in the first half were of our own doing, where we turned it over, we were sloppy, we didn't play off 2 feet, we weren't on balance, our passes were off target or getting deflected. We call it being a boss with the ball. I thought we were soft with the ball, lazy with some passes, and it led to some points for them in transition off those turnovers. So that was really what we needed to get cleaned up throughout the first half. We talked about it at halftime, and our guys played a much cleaner second half.
Yeah, we were up 36-30 at halftime. They hit a corner 3, Coach, that we could have been up by 9.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
They did there at the end of the half. We blew a ball screen coverage there at the end of the half. We were supposed to get the guy trapped. He beat the trap, turned the corner on us, and got us in rotation and ended up making the 3 in the corner to cut it to 6. So, yeah, we weren't really that sharp in the first half. Second half, we were much better.
Zips build an early 13-point lead in the first 4 minutes of the second half, Coach. From that point, I thought we were going to maybe win this game by 20+, but we just couldn't put them away.
Yeah, we got up 20, 78-58, at right around the under 4.
Yeah.
And just did, again, similar to Ball State, just didn't finish the last 3 to 4 minutes like I think we're capable of. So that's definitely an area, as you were asking earlier, Joe, for us to improve upon.
Tell you, the Zips up 18 at 78-60. And again, you call time late in the game after the Jaguars. They'll capitalize on a few turnovers we made.
Yeah, just sloppy with the ball. We threw a pass we shouldn't have. I didn't catch one cleanly with 2 hands. Like, just fundamentals.
Yeah.
I always tell them fundamentals win. Obviously, you can talk about what offense you're running, defense, coverages, tactical maneuvers, and those things are important. But guys still have to be able to pass, catch, play off 2 feet, shoot, dribble. Like, fundamentals win.
Yes.
It's no different than a football coach saying if we don't block and tackle well, we're probably not going to be a very good football team. It's the same thing. We've got to be able to pass it and handle it and shoot it and catch it, and fundamentals win.
We saw back-to-back plays by how high Nate Johnson can jump on the block, then the alley-oop pass for the dunk. He is special.
No, he can really fly, right? I mean, he does. He has elite level athleticism. We got him a couple lobs there during the game. We ran the one lob in the first half. I still think he's still swinging on the rim right now. I don't know if he's come down yet. But yeah, that one was open as well. Nate's a great athlete, really a great two-way player. I hope people appreciate that about him. Nate can play offense and defense. A lot of nights he has the other team's best offensive perimeter player, especially if they're a 1, 2, or 3. Then he rebounds it. He obviously can pass it. He just had 10 assists in the game. He's also our leading scorer. What makes Nate Nate is that Nate is a two-way guy that also affects rebounding, which makes him a really special player.
Fans ask, how good is South Alabama? Well, they lost by 9 at TCU. They lost by 10 at Ole Miss, so not bad. A big win by the Zips over South Alabama. We're going to take a break and back and announce our Players of the Week right after this.
Leaving a legacy starts with surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you and your family. At Wentz Financial Group, we understand that there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to long-term financial success. We value the responsibility and opportunity to manage the hopes and dreams of all our customers at all points in their journey. Start your legacy today with Wentz Financial Group. Wentz Financial Group, investment management for your lifetime.
The amount of experience you can gain from the University of Akron can't be overstated, whether it's designing components, manufacturing parts, and then actually just going and testing and driving a race car. How many people get to say they do that in college, you know?
I've had amazing opportunities here at the University of Akron. I feel surrounded by love, by support. I know that I can be successful here, and that was always my goal. So I know that the people here are here to help me.
Okay, now it's time to name our players of the week, and as always, we can name a lot of players. We have a number of players, as the coach talks about each week, that are having great weeks. We decided to go with Tavari Johnson because he was 6 for 11 in threes against South Alabama, but for the 2 games, Tavari had 26 points, 9 assists, 5 steals, and 6 rebounds, and he even threw down a dunk. I wasn't sure he could do it, Coach, but he's our player of the week.
No, I had a number of people tell me that that's the first time they've seen him dunk. And, you know, we get to see it sometimes, obviously, before, after practice or during practice. But, no, he was terrific.
Yeah.
Has the ability a little bit like Nate on the offensive end where he can score it, he can shoot it, he can pass it, play and pick and roll. He shoots it so well you have to account for him when he doesn't have the ball. He's shooting 40% from 3 on the year, which is tremendous. He's put a lot of work in. Just continues to get better from year to year since he's been here.
Exactly. Coach, he is one of a number of players, and this is a testament to you and the coaching staff. He has gotten better a little bit each year. I know
No question
he had
about
to
it.
work on defense. He's done that, but, boy, that three-point shot has come a long way.
Yeah, he's really improved, as has Nate, Amani,
Yeah.
Shema, all those guys, Marvin. Those guys continue to get better. It's something that's very important for us here, for guys to get better from year to year. We put a lot of time in with them. They put a lot of time in as well, most importantly, and it's a kind of a part of who we are.
Congratulations to Tavari Johnson. Now it's time for Whose Stock is Rising, brought to you by the Wentz Financial Group. How about a linebacker playing basketball? That is Seth Wilson, a young man that looks like he can go out there and knock down quarterbacks, Coach. He's knocking down threes.
Yeah, no, he's been great for us. Love his voice, how loud he is. And then he poses problems because he's so physical. You mentioned being like a linebacker, and is so strong that 4s can't just punk him.
Yeah.
He's stronger and more physical than what you'd see normally out of a 6'2", 6'3" guy, right? And then on the other end, your bigger guy has to guard him away from the basket because he's such a prolific shooter. So he's really helped us a great deal. He's a big reason why I think our team has continued to grow and improve. When we started playing him more and adding him to the rotation and figuring out the best ways in which he could add value, play to his strengths, accentuate the positives that he brings, I think he's really helped our team jump to another level. I'm really happy for Seth.
Yeah, the one thing I like about Seth Wilson, like a lot of things about him, but there's a ball on the floor. There's a 50-50 ball. He's going to be on it.
No, he's not afraid. He's not afraid of big moments. He's not afraid to compete. Put his body in a play, plays with a lot of courage. I love that about him.
He's got unlimited range. I mean, some of those are 4-pointers if they were counting the
Yeah,
range he's
a
hitting
lot
from.
of them do or think they do, Joe. Some of those shots are pretty deep, whether it's Hardman or Johnson or you know, Shema, Seth, Bowen. You know, I mentioned Bowen already. Those guys, Amani. You know, we have multiple guys. Sharon, who's shooting the highest percentage out of all of them. You know, so we've got multiple guys that can shoot threes. I think it makes us harder to guard.
I'm guessing the first time you saw Seth play was over at St. Vincent St. Mary, playing over there.
It was, yeah. We've known Seth for a long time, and obviously state champion, and we're just happy to, you know, that we actually have him. And I sometimes with those guys, I always tell them, him and Zay, like, the hardest thing is you only get them for like 10 to 12 months. You know, I'd love to have them longer. They always smile and laugh, but yeah, they both those guys have been great for us, both Gray and Seth Wilson.
Exactly. Congratulations to both those young men. We're going to take a break because Akron has 2 more games left coming up next week, beginning Tuesday night at home against Western Michigan. We're back with the Skyler reports on those 2 games right after this.
Leaving a legacy starts with surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you and your family. At Wentz Financial Group, we understand that there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to long-term financial success. We value the responsibility and opportunity to manage the hopes and dreams of all our customers at all points in their journey. Start your legacy today with Wentz Financial Group. Wentz Financial Group, investment management for your lifetime.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Well, our weekly scouting reports are brought to you as always by the Akron Hilton Fairlawn Hotel. 2 games this week, Tuesday night at home against Western Michigan. They come in with a record of 7-16, Coach. They're 4-6, but they have played good basketball at times. They beat Youngstown State 73-62. They led a good Dayton team by 3 at halftime. They beat Kent State, so their record a little deceiving.
It really is, and you said it the best. They've played really well at times.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's winning at Ball State, winning at Kent, like you said, they played Dayton close. They've been very, very competitive and physical on a number of occasions. And you have to expect, and I've told our guys this, it's a real privilege, right, to coach and play at Akron.
Yeah.
When the other team sees they're playing Akron, you're getting their best shot. It
Exactly.
just is what it is.
Exactly.
So, you know, we're anticipating them being ready to go, be physical. They're great in the running game. In fact, they scored 90 on us last year in the last regular season game and beat us in Kalamazoo. They're great on the glass. They're number 1 in our league in offensive rebounding percentage in overall games. And it really starts with those 2 things, the physicality first and foremost, the 2 areas, transition, rebounding.
They've got some players who 6'4", Javon Hanna was the MAC 6th Man of the Year last year. Then you got Chauncey Willis, outstanding player. He was a 2002 Mr. Basketball in the state of Michigan, so they've got some talent.
They do, and he's disruptive defensively. The more I've watched him on film, he does a great job getting into the ball and trying to punk you on that end of the floor in addition to playing offense. And we just got to be ready to go. You know, DJ does a great job with his team. They're always super physical, and they compete, and we've got to be ready to match that physicality and have some competitive toughness.
Yep. Then Saturday, the Zips have a long bus trip up to Mount Pleasant, Michigan to take on a dangerous Central Michigan team. Coach, that's a long trip up there and always tough to play up there.
Really hard. And the thing about Central Michigan, and I always say this to Tony, they played the nation's 6th hardest schedule.
Yep.
So our schedule was the 4th hardest out of the 12 MAC teams currently. Depending on how some teams finish, could get as high as 3rd most challenging of the 12 teams in our league. Tony's schedule is absurd.
Yes.
Okay, I asked him when I saw him the first time, I said, when are you guys playing the Lakers? You know, like, so you can't fall for that. They're much, much significantly better than their overall record because of their strength of schedule. You're playing them up there. They go back and forth and change defenses between man and matchup. They've got Anthony Pritchard, who's a preseason first-team All-League guy, was a first-team All-League guy last year. Tough place to play, tough place to get to, as you and I both know. So, but we've got Western first, and it'll be a challenging week.
Yeah, they will play at Kent State on Tuesday night. Mentioning some of the players, Coach, a guy I've always been impressed with is Kyler Vanderjagt. He is a 6'4" guy that shot it well against us the first time.
Yeah, he's talented offensively, transferred from Belmont, played a lot at Belmont, was good at Belmont, has been good for them. And then Hetty's really good as well. I mean, he can score the ball, has a knack for getting shots up on the rim, great offensive rebounder. So, to me, they're a team that's dangerous, really dangerous, because they're very good. They're very talented. They've got great coaching. Once again, another team that takes on the personality of Tony. They're very physical. They're tough, and you know you're going to get their best shot. So, big week for us, challenging week.
Coach, congratulations on the nation's longest winning streak. For the coach, I'm Joe Dunn. We'll see you Tuesday night against Western Michigan. Back here next week with more Zips Weekly. Always remember, go Zips.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.